Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Battlefield Artisans. Here with my co-host, Staff Sergeant Retiree Jay Jordan. Actually, Jeannette Jordan.
Jay, man,
Jay,
Jay.
you're J man. You're J man. A J woman.
Yeah, something like that.
You know, like Wonder Woman, J woman.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
we
the
are.
wonder the wonderful world of J.
There you go. You know
Because
why?
the two,
Because we're a hook. We're always hooking people.
right? See, J, and J.
Triple J factor. The only one that's missing is Jenny.
That's
Jeffrey
right.
J. Well, you messed it up with the B. So imagine if you were Jeffrey
Yeah.
Johnson or Jay Jordan and Jenny John. We'll be all.
Well, I mean, you could put my middle initial in there. A. Jab,
Uh,
JAB, Jeffrey Allen.
anyway. So, guess what we have today? Besides a tornado and a hurricane going on. And you can never tell because of my
Yeah,
accent.
tornado. You got tornado warnings going on by you. Jeepers,
I got
man! When you
tornado
when you
warning.
do something right, you do something totally right,
I'm telling you, I just had to go extreme. What can I say?
and
So,
that's
I'm in the middle of a tornado and hurricane, and look how fabulous I look. Like you cannot tell. Okay, my dog is sleeping, our lights are on. Now, if I just happen to disappear on you, it's because the lights just finally we gave out. But no, on the serious side, folks, I am in the middle of a hurricane.
That's right. I mean, it sort of went like wobbled, right? What they call wobble,
Yeah,
or
that's
went
what they
off
call it. It
course.
wobbled. It's supposed to be here at 2 a.m. I don't know what's at 2 a.m. It's happening outside right now. And then it kind of went, and I going this one. I'm like, okay, that was weird. Not even the meteorologists saw that coming. They're
Right.
freaking out. Wait a minute, update news. Yeah, so we're turning this way now. And I'm like, okay. I'm
Was
like,
going
okay,
more north of Tampa, or just north of, where's that?
that
Cern,
is that's the west side, but south of
right.
Tampa. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And when you hear the window, it goes. That's the wind flying this way, and the trees going on.
Blowing into you.
I am happily at home watching my TV, sleeping in my own bed. Mm-mm.
Okay.
The neighbors upstairs. We got neighbors. Well, I got neighbors on the right. I got neighbors on the left. I got neighbors upstairs. I got the neighbors even across. They're all staying. They're like, you can see these buildings. We were made in 1980 something, and they ain't going
Right.
nowhere. I can huff and I can puff, and I will never blow them down.
Right.
So that's what we have right now. So with all that said, I'm gonna give you the awareness of today. Besides the hurricane and the tornadoes that we're going through.
Okay. So,
All right.
what's the awareness for today?
Thank you.
What silly things do they got?
Actually,
What silly things do they got for us?
I tell you, they got some silly ones, but they have little ones. We only got 6 today. Hmm.
Only
All right.
6?
Only 6.
Okay.
Okay. The first one. Now, this is very important. I think it's a good awareness. I just think it should be more of the days for that. But it's Emergency Nurses Day.
All right. Is that emergency room or just emergency?
It's an Emergency Nurses Day.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of weird. I mean, are they ER nurses? Are they triage nurses? Are
They're
they,
they're ER nurses. It could be anything.
or are ICU? Different ICU. Different levels of ICU.
Don't know. Why are you asking me? I don't know. Okay.
Well, I
Ready for
used
the
to
next
work
one?
in a hospital.
Yeah, exactly. At least they get an awareness day. You know what I'm saying?
You
So
got that right.
yeah,
Well deserved.
right. And if you see a nurse out there, just blow her a kiss or give her a hug. Mainly, don't do it. She might slap you, but from afar. Anyway, all right. International Beer and Pizza Day.
Ooh, yeah. I can go for that. All right. What's your
Beer,
favorite?
huh?
What's your favorite pizza?
Hawaiian.
That's not a pizza.
Yes, it is. It's a
That
Hawaiian
is not that. There's no such
ham.
thing as a pizza.
There's ham and pineapple, and I love it.
That's
Okay,
not
for
pizza.
us people that have acidic in the stomach, that means we can't eat not a
Right.
lot red sauce and tomatoes. When you
Right.
balance it out with ham and pineapple, that's pretty cool. It has a sweet flavor to it.
But you see, you don't have to go with the red sauce. You can go with the Alfredo sauce or garlic sauce. Right. So, and what's your favorite beer growing up?
Actually, I've never drank beer in my life.
What?
I'm not a drinker. I don't drink beer. I drink
Right.
coolers, wine, and no alcohol, no real alcohol.
Okay. Well, I'm a
Well,
little
I don't
German,
drink
in,
it. So
a lot of German
I
in
get,
me, a lot of
I get
Irish.
crazy with one cooler.
You
Mm,
don't need to. And you know what? To tell you the truth, you don't really need any alcohol.
I don't.
You
I'm
yeah.
crazy. You know, the
And that,
alcohol has an effect on me opposite of what I am. So I'm bubbly and crazy like this, right? Naturally. So when I drink alcohol, I just want to go to sleep.
oh, okay. All
I will
right.
go to bed. I'll be like,
Well, back in the day when I was drinking, well, my favorite beer was kosher all room temperature at
uh-huh,
13.5% a bottle,
uh-huh.
and that excuse me. So,
Hey,
but
I got somebody uh telling me pineapple should not be on a pizza. That's Sarah. And then we have it should be on chicken barbecue pizza. Ew. Chicken barbecue alone on pizza. I like it alone, but with pineapple, mm-mm. But anyway,
okay.
that's that. She didn't know that about me. Yeah, I don't drink alcohol. Um, I think the only time I drank alcohol is when they gave me my bridal shower. I had these wonderful maidens and a maid of honor that took me to a
Hmm.
foreign land, and not really, but they took me out and they got me drunk, and they found out real fast never to do that again. I ended up going back into the army dark days. I was
Right.
talking, I was talking some smack. They got scared.
Mhm.
It was,
Okay, we won't do that.
yeah, we won't do that again. So I never did that. At one time, they got me, but that was 5 years ago, and I never drank again. All right, here we
Mhm.
go. The next one, Leif Erikson Day. I found out he was an explorer.
Okay.
Okay,
So what did he discover?
supposedly America.
What? What part of America?
I don't know.
Was it the West Coast? Like Washington State, Oregon, California.
Maybe the Bahamas. I don't know.
But Bahamas is not America.
No, it isn't. So I don't know. Look, I'm scratching over here. Okay, the next day, National Bring Your Teddy Bear to School Day. Oh,
Oh,
I like that. I love teddy
Teddy
bears.
Bear to School Day.
Yeah, bring your teddy bear to
But
school day.
how big?
But there's no school today, huh?
Well,
What?
down by you, probably there's no school.
No, there's no school here today. But don't get it twisted. These kids, even though every hurricane that we have and every days that they miss, they have to make it up in the end. So let's
Right,
say they go to school to May 15th. They had, let's say, 4 6 days of hurricane days, right? That they didn't go to school. Well,
right,
those 6 or whatever days is added to the end. So instead of going home or finishing school May 15th, it finishes May 20th.
right.
So every
Yes,
time they got something off, they have to make up those days. So it's not like they get a free day. Believe it or
like
not,
like.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Now, you were a teacher,
Yeah.
So were you scheduled to be at school during that time frame that they were out, or were you
No,
able
we
to stay home?
also didn't have to report. We also didn't have to report, but we also
Okay,
have to make it up. So, but believe
okay.
it or not,
But did you get paid overtime?
huh? What overtime? We get contracts. We don't get no overtime. We don't work by the
Well,
hour.
I mean, because like you said, well, I guess yeah, because you're at home. Yeah, I guess. All right.
All right.
I
Next.
mean that's just like us in the north, snow days.
Yeah.
I can remember going to school. I mean, waist high deep snow, and
Mm,
now it's sprinkles, and they do a snow day, and I'm
huh.
like, I was like, hold on here a minute.
I remember it was a snow day at in my school. It was in New York, and I have to take 3 trains and a bus to go to New York to the school that I went to. And it was a snow day. They canceled all schools. They said, "Come at your own risk," right? I went because I had exams. My counselor, Mr. Sklarov, looked at me. He goes, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I came to take the test." He goes, "There's no school today." I went, "But you said it was optional." I lied. "Get your butt home." I said, "You mean I took 3 trains on a bus and I can't stay not even for lunch?" "Jeanette, nobody told you to come over here." My mother told me stay home. You know how parents, you have kids that you tell kids, "Go to school." My mother used to tell me, "Don't go to school. Where you go?" I had perfect attendance. I did. I had
The
perfect.
opposite effect, huh?
I did. I know. I'm, and to this day, I still love learning. I'm in the
Right.
school ministry now.
Yep.
I just love learning. Okay, so next one, National Stop Bullying Day. To me, it shouldn't be just one day. That's every day. I used to
Oh,
teach
most
every day. So
definitely.
don't be bullying. I don't like cyberbullying. I don't like telephone bullying, social media bullying. I don't like personal bullying. It's not. To me, what I consider National Stop Bullying Day, when they do the cyberbullying. But yet, if you confront them, they don't wanna. They don't wanna mess with you. They wanna mess with you because they're cowards.
Right.
Any
Yep.
cyber, social media or something bullying, when you're mean to someone, you're a coward. Because
Right.
see, you bully me, which I was little in high school. Okay, I was a little thing. I was 4 feet 5. Okay, and not that I grew much, just 3 inches. Anyway, when I was in high school, they used to thought that because I was small, I could be bullied. Oh, they found out real quick I'm not the one to be bullied.
Just
Because I
like a
used to
stick of dynamite.
climb on them. I climbed on them like they were a tree. I would knock them out on the head. I didn't play that. It's like, I said, "Don't mess with me. I'm little, but man, I used to move." But yeah, that
Right.
should be an everyday thing, not just one day. Like every
Right.
day should be no bully day. All right, the last one, World Post Day.
Post. Like post on Instagram, post on Facebook, post on
Do you think I know what these things mean? I have no idea. I just know
oh
that it's
or should we shoot out postcards or
yes, postcards. Let's give our crafter name Brenda Kuhn, Miss Craft
right?
Princess,
Miss Crest.
postcard. She is one of our vendors, and she has a World Post Day. So go order a card from her. There you go.
That's right.
Yeah,
And that or even register for her monthly group
I you know
giveaway.
I really so want to do that, and I'm never caught. Like every time, because me and Jeffrey, we get paid like once a month. So we do events,
We're on
but
fixed income.
we're on really fixed income. So it's like, you know, I forget. I pay the bills. I'll go, oops.
But aren't you making big bucks because you're a movie star?
Who said I'm a movie star? Am I a movie star? Well, what
You
category?
bet.
What category is this? And who said that I was? I'm not a movie star. I'm more of a post dramatic movie star.
A what?
I don't know. PTSD. Look,
Huh.
okay, so I'm on this new prescription called a happy pill.
Hey, give me a couple of those. Here, we're here we go. Here we go. Here, pass a few my way.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Are
like
you are what would you say you're high on life?
I am. I really am. I love.
Because you got the man upstairs protecting you. Got your six. I got your six.
Yes, a lot of
Quite a few people got your six.
yes, and you know what? I really love that. I finally saw my whole family, even my nephew. Um, and it is like I think someone answered was post day. I think so. Hold on a second. Oh, my lights flickered, but you didn't see that because I have my background.
Right.
Okay, so someone. Okay, Sarah said, for your information, Gazer the bear won the Fat Bear Week.
Okay.
I wasn't fat. My lights are flickering. Okay, post day. Okay, so they said post day is an anniversary of establishment of the Universal Postal Union. So yes, like post office and postal
Right.
workers.
Okay.
Well, they should say that on the National Week. They should be a little bit more specific. That's what I say.
Right.
All right. All right, your turn.
My turn.
You can't let me do all the talking now. Come on.
No, you're not doing all the talking and
Good.
that. So, I mean, it's just it's so amazing, with our careers and
Mm-hmm.
what we've seen throughout our tours
Mm-hmm.
and our assignments and
Mm-hmm.
that, and the people that we've gone through and
Absolutely.
that, um, and that. It's just amazing because back in 2018, a bunch of us, when I was 19, 20 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and I was in Germany.
Mm,
Whoo boy,
I
had
know
let
German.
loose in there, baby, and
Mm,
that. So, and then
I
all that
know
German
Germany.
beer,
I could have
huh?
been married to a German man. I just got to say, I know Germany very well,
Yep.
and Germany knows me.
Oh, in that way or no?
I'm just playing.
Oh, we went. Oh, you ended up in Frankfurt or Nuremberg or the
Yeah, when I
the
got hurt,
district.
only when I got hurt.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you went to Walt. You went to
You got it right. I can't remember. You say it. Where
what's
they
that?
sent all the soldiers that got jacked.
Landstuhl. Landstuhl.
Wait a minute. I don't know. I forgot the name. I really don't remember.
Okay.
But I know
Yeah.
it was
Well, you
Germany.
probably you probably you probably you probably were in Landstuhl.
Okay.
You're out of Iraq.
Yes.
So you went to Landstuhl. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
That's where I went too with my injury,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and
So
then
we
they
no,
flew
we
me
could have
back over.
been neighbors. What year did you go?
What's that?
What year did
I
you
was
go?
there in 2004.
Mm-mm. I was there in 2009.
Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So, with a hurricane going on and everything, I wanted to give a shout out to the National Guard units. They're being deployed to help in the hurricane. And I found one on CBS News. Delaware, New Jersey National Guards deployed to Florida to help with Hurricane Milton response. Yay, New Jersey!
All
New
right.
Jersey National Guards, thank you for your help. We appreciate you and love you very much. We need all the help we can get. Let me see. It says the Delaware National Guard, New Jersey National Guard are deploying 200 soldiers and dozens of vehicles to Florida to help with the state Hurricane Milton response. Milton is a forecast to make landfall around Tampa late Wednesday night. They lied. It's right now. I don't know
Boom.
how they got that really. They said at 2 a.m. it should have been. That thing went now.
Oh,
And
we're gonna speed up and hit you right now. And
but
you know what? You know what's nice about that is it's
well,
low tide.
okay.
It's low tide time.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay. Okay.
So those surges isn't as when it hits, it's
Mm.
not going to be as major with the high tide, which is
Right.
nice in that. Even though that there's a lot more going on and a lot more winds going on in that,
Mhm.
and now it's kind of weird. You think hurricane, you think hurricane, and then there's tornadoes in top of it,
Right.
you know,
And the tornadoes, we
and
got like 2 of them. I don't know where
right,
they are. The news is playing in my background, and I have, some of the news here. But
right,
going back to this, let me see. Thursday, they got it here. Thursday, October 10, Category 4 storm, less than 2 weeks after Hurricane Helena slammed Florida's Gulf Coast. So
right.
the National Guard announced Tuesday that it's sending 100 service members and 40 vehicles to Florida, while the New Jersey National Guard said Wednesday that it's sending, DNG. What's DNG? The DNG.
DNG.
Yeah, Delaware National Guard.
Yep.
Okay, Delaware National Guard announced Tuesday they're sending 100 members, 40 vehicles, while New Jersey said, I'm going to outbeat you. I'm sending 80 soldiers and 30. Oh, no. Then no, they did. Never mind. I said that all wrong. But they're also sending 80 soldiers and 30 military vehicles. 200 soldiers are coming instead of the 100. So now so I did say it right. New Jersey is sending an additional 280 soldiers and 30 military vehicles. This is what I'm reading. Our thoughts and
Okay.
prayers are for the people of Florida as a second massive storm is on many weeks bears down in the nation Gulf Coast. Governor Phil Murphy said in a statement, this is another example how Delaware National Guard continues to set up in times of need, support communities. Here is the first state of our neighbors around the country who need our help. Delaware Governor John Carney said in a statement announcing that the Delaware National Guard's mission. I want to thank all the Delaware National Guard members and their families for the service. We'll be thinking and praying for all of the response teams and everyone in the past storm. And so I think that was very nice of them to say that. They're also sending, along with the Delaware National Guard, about 40 PECO crew members. PECO, PECO. I don't know what that means. Capital PECO. Find out what that means. And 26 utility vehicles. I wish they wouldn't announce this. Hold on. We got an announcement right in the middle. Vehicles left for Florida October 8th, helping restore power and repair damage of the Hurricane Milton. Petco said that the power outages will likely, if that must be a company that does electricity or something, because all they're doing is
Right.
if they're like the electricity, but they're sending people over here. But over here in Florida, we also have the light like Duke and everything. So
Right.
far, last hurricane season that we had, the lights didn't even flicker. We had great internet, so everything was okay here.
Hmm.
Today, I do see them flickering. They're flickering on and off.
Right.
I'm not gonna
Because
sleep with my CPAP today because I might wake up with no air when it stops. So I'm not gonna do that today.
or like you said, because that the hurricane did a wobble and it's actually going more towards you
Right.
versus either south of you or north of you,
Yeah,
and
but
that.
it's pretty
And
wide. It's supposed to be like, but here's what I say. Um, it's a wide one. Like usually they're very thin, but this one happens to
right,
grab the whole Florida. But the
right.
red part is going through Sarasota and Tampa Bay. So you
Hmm.
have those, I think I took pictures and it's pretty wicked of the way it's coming in. I don't know if you can see that. You see?
Right.
So that
Yep.
right there is now the new look of the storm. And when you're looking at it, I'm where the blue dot, well, no, the gray dot is, something like that, you know. So there you have that. So we're getting that. That's
Yeah.
about it for the National Guard. So for our brothers and sisters in arms, y'all got to be careful because they're actually going to be out there. And, you know, the National Guard got a lot of equipment. And I have equipment too. We're
Right.
both veterans. So, you know, us being veterans, you think about us, and I love it. And here's the thing though. All my family have been calling me, and I love when they say, like, some of my friends that really know me, or some of my family members that really know me, they say, I know you can take care of yourself, but I'm just checking in to see how you're doing. I like that better, you know, because they know me.
Right.
They know that I'm okay. I'm not gonna let nothing happen, you know. And like I said, if there's a dire need, I know where my car is, you know, is away from the trees and anything. I got a closet. That closet is a jam. I always wanted to do a little clubhouse in there, you know. I like to
Well,
do it.
here I'm gonna bring something up
Oh,
on
wow, what's that?
that's actually the Tampa Bay area, and that
Ooh, that's where I'm at. Yeah.
radar from your
Uh-huh.
local TV channel,
Ooh.
and that so and
Yep.
that is as of 3:23
So
p.m.
that's happening right now. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
They expected it to come in 2 in the morning. How did the meteorologists get it so wrong? Or what is coming at 2 o'clock in the morning? What's coming at 2 o'clock in the morning? Because we're getting it now, and we got a big alarm thing on our phone going "Kee, kee," and scaring the heck out of my
Well,
neighbor.
okay, there was two of them.
To what?
There was two
Tornadoes or hurricanes?
hurricanes. There's two
Oh,
blotches out there. Let me see
really?
if I can get the eye of the hurricane is going to hit at
2 a.m.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. That sounds more like it.
So
Yeah.
basically,
The eye of
this
the
is
storm
the
is
front of
hold on. The eye of the storm is hitting land at 2 p.m.
2
2
a.m.
p.m. or 2 a.m. It's 2
2
a.m.
a.m.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I
going to
thought.
hit at 2 a.m. So this is the front. This is the front of the hurricane coming in.
Okay, here's local news. I just got something from CBS. As Hurricane Milton intensifies, some head to Philadelphia. We need to get out of its path. So let me tell you something. Um, I didn't leave because I'm more inland, right? Look at that. I like what you're doing there.
Right.
So, um, you know, we're not like um am I close to the Gulf? Yeah, about 15 minutes. But see, I don't know
Right.
if people are thinking that, you know, there's buildings in between, there are manholes, there's things that are happening.
But
The streets
see,
can get flooded, but and I know houses can, but I live in an apartment, you know, and
see, with that, Jeanette, with the
uh,
water surge, lucky that it's low tide right now. But if it was high tide right now, see what happens is the buildings channel that water,
mhm,
so it
mhm.
makes it more dangerous and
Ah,
more.
Mm-hmm.
because and then because the surge and the push,
Mm-hmm.
it intensifies because it narrows their path. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
it was like a wide open, it's like the
Mm-hmm.
forest, it's like the
Mm-hmm.
wildfires out
Right.
west,
Mm-hmm.
where there's no buildings or anything, it just burns the grass, or it's in a mountain range where there's no uh, potential buildings or valleys where the winds come in,
Mm-hmm.
it goes across. So
Mm-hmm.
it
So
but
it's the
with
opposite of what I'm thinking. So you're
yes,
telling me that if there was no buildings, it wouldn't be as strong as if it was buildings?
no, okay,
Okay.
the surge would still be the same. It's just
Right.
that when it hits buildings and it
Mm-hmm.
narrows,
Mm-hmm.
right,
Mm-hmm.
it intensifies. It makes it go faster.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
And
and
this
then
is a fast storm.
you have objects floating with it,
Mm-hmm. This
which
is a
is
fast
a lot
storm,
better.
though. You notice it's going pretty fast. So
Yep,
I have a feeling that it's gonna go really, whoosh, and that's it, and that it's done and
right.
stuff. Now, I need somebody to verify for me. I heard through the grapevine, and I'm not gonna say his name, Ramon. Anyway, that there, there is
Oh, I'm not
another,
gonna say anything. Oh, okay.
yeah, and there's another storm coming after this one. Another hurricane. Now I don't want to well, who made us the winners of hurricane? I saw
Well,
somebody write that cute thing in the Facebook saying, "Okay, I you can send the hurricane lottery somewhere else now. We had our share."
right,
So I'm
right.
just wondering where. You know what I would like to do if somebody would do a study of how hurricanes happen. I'm
Or
not a
how it starts.
meteorologist. I am not a person to study the weather patterns, but I would love to know how they get formed.
And then, well, it's where it's hot water meets cold water, or air. It's just like a tornado,
Hmm. Hmm.
and that and it. But I mean, like this, what they call that weather, or the Air Force has that. Um,
Weather Doppler.
yeah, and then they have this. Well, it's like storm chasers, but the Air Force, they have an actual.
Oh, yes, I saw them. They're on TV, and they were riding the storm, and they're shaking, and everything is falling. The
Right.
camera was
They're actually inside the
yeah,
hurricane.
they're in. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're brave. I couldn't do that. That's what What I say that, but I think I would enjoy the fun. I'm just saying that's me being crazy head. But I think just because they're trained for that, I
Right.
know that they're very well prepared if anything should happen. They got parachutes and everything. But that is a dangerous. Like I thought the ones on the ground, the storm chasers on the
Right.
ground were dangerous. Imagine up in a plane
Yeah,
going
and then you have to fly into it and then stay in the eye
exactly. That's kind of crazy
and then
though.
fly back out of it.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
sometimes you can't. Sometimes that hurricane is so high
Hmm.
that you got to fly into it and then fly out of it.
Well, that's how our news, WKFLA 8, Channel 8, NBC News. That's how they're getting their information and they're getting up to date. But here's the thing. Why didn't they see this coming now?
It's nature,
Well, I know it's nature.
and you can't. You know. If you look at it, it's you can predict and prepare all you want,
Hmm.
but that, I mean, it's like its own. It's it has its
You know
own
what it
entity.
reminds me of? The gobbler.
Yep. Gottler radar.
Yeah, that's all I see. It's a big, ugly green of a whole bunch of nothing. But I'm glad that people took this storm seriously and they moved out. They, um, it is a whopper, boy. I can see that.
At least my aunt down in Fort Myers,
Mm-hmm.
It's they're hit. It's getting hit there,
Mm-hmm.
but not as bad. When Helene came through, and
Mm-hmm.
that she lost her air conditioner and she lost her dryer and
Mm-hmm.
that, but she moved inland towards her daughter, and I can't remember where they lived or where they're living in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, so in 2002 when that hurricane came through the lower area, she lost.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they had to gut her whole house out and that. So, but um, and then like you're saying, the National Guard and that coming
Yeah.
down, I think they are more like logistics. Logistics. Um,
Well, no, because they got here. I have another story here. National Guard units for hurricane, right? And they say the New Jersey National Guard. We know that the Minnesota National Guard is deploying to Florida ahead of the Hurricane Milton, so they're already here. They're helping
right.
people, go and save people who are being trapped or couldn't evacuate. I can tell you firsthand that this. I'm looking at the news. People that were on the highway for hours, hours, doing nothing but standing still, and I don't get that. And the helicopters driving over, um, people were running out of gas. Then they deployed tanker trucks. The governor, DeSantis, decided of Florida to deploy tanker trucks. We need gas now to fill up the stations and stuff. I mean, I didn't see any because I have a gas station in the corner and it's empty. I have one across the street and it's empty. So I can tell you right now where I'm at, there is no gas. Okay.
Right.
Um, and that's along 54. And another one is on
Okay.
19. So if anybody lives here, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Also, they have New York National Guard sends troops to aid to Florida as well. What I did is who's deploying troops to Florida, right? And I came up with all of this stuff. New York National Guard sends troops to Florida Guard. That was an hour ago. National Guard assists with hurricane response, and that's the National Guard news. Using helicopters, high water vehicles, and boats, the Guard members rescued people stranded by flooding from the massive storm that made landfall. So they're already here. The National Guard unit has been, and I started National Guard, so I know. Um, and they are responding. I was in the hurricane when I was in the Army, I helped with Hurricane Hugo. Remember that
Okay.
one? Hurricane. It was in North Carolina, I think it was. I'm not sure, but it
Yes.
was Hurricane
Yep.
Hugo. I assisted in that one. That one was really good to help in. The U.S. Department of Defense, National Guard provides support to hurricane stricken. That was 6 days ago. Air National Guard will engage in Helene relief efforts. So that was because remember, Helene just passed. So we're getting
Right.
like two right back to back. And so now they're gonna stay for this one. In Helene, they rescued hundreds of people because they have the boats and everything.
Right.
Um, and let me see. So 9 Florida Army National Guard soldiers assigned to units within the 50 Regional Support Group reported to Camp Blending Joint Training Center to help out. Air National Guard, which National Guard assists of hurricane response. So the Air National Guard is also being deployed. So you have, I mean, when it comes to, unless you're in the military, you really don't know what that entails. Usually they break up your life. Okay, the National Guard is what they call citizen soldier.
Right.
The citizen soldier is basically we report to the unit 1 week in a month and 2 weeks in a year. And then when we're called active duty, they can call us at the whim. So right now,
Well, see the difference between National Guard and the
uh-huh,
reserves.
mhm.
Okay, National Guard is state.
Yes,
Okay, and the
yes,
reserves are federal.
that's right.
So technically, the president has to ask the governor,
Hmm.
"Can you please activate your or or another governor from another state, hey, I need some help. Can you send some troops down here to help us and mesh up with our National Guard or our reserve? Actually, reserves are on the federal side, so that takes the president to activate them.
When I joined after high school, I was in the Army Reserves. And then I moved because I went to Florida when I was young to stay there until I deployed. But guess what? Then, because there was not many reserves in Florida, they switched me to the Army National Guard.
Right. Because there was no reserve units near you.
Right. So what they did was I went National Guard, and then after my term finished, which was the 8 years, I went active duty.
Right. You went AGR.
Right. AGR, and then I was
Active
AGR.
Guard Reserve. Yeah. Active Guard Reserve.
Yep. And did my 20, and that's it. I got out. So what was your
what was my path? What was my career path?
When did you start? What did you start? You was always active duty?
No. Yes. When I first went in, I went active duty. And I ended up doing 8 years, not quite. And then I went into the reserves and that. And then I went civil service. So, which my position I had to have was I had to be in the reserves to hold my position. And then when I ended up going overseas to Germany, back to Germany to be with my son, that was during Bosnia time frame. And then I went AGR.
Okay.
And then, so, and then it basically what it did, it for the 3 years that I was in the as a civil service, and it's still credited my time in service,
right?
And that, and then the rest of the time is I was AGR, but I was an active reserve. So, and I worked in different commands.
Okay. All right.
And that, so
I think we both got great military careers.
What's that?
I said we both got great military careers. I miss it a little bit. I miss it just a little bit, but I miss it.
I miss camaraderie. I don't miss the politics.
No,
I don't miss. I don't miss the early mornings. The early PT mornings. Oh man, I hated those and that.
Yeah.
And then and like for me, as I went through my ranks and stuff like that, I always taught my soldiers, always think 2 ranks above you.
Yeah.
All right. Or it's like when they come in to your unit and stuff like that, it says, hey, you got a 3-year commitment. What do you want from me to get you to your goal? And they look at me as like, what?
Right. We were different.
What do you need from me? I know what we want from you, but what do you need from me to get you to what rank you want?
Yes. Yes.
And I'll get you to schooling. And as long as you do this, this, and this, I'll make sure you get this, this, and this. And
so you did what they called, I forgot the name. Oh my gosh, I used to have, it was an action plan. There's a form name for it. And I forgot. Do you remember the form? It used to be like a write-up. It's not a write-up, but it was like helping you to get to where you needed to be. What was that form called? They did several on me. I have all of them. And I forgot what it's called.
Well, no, your NCO evaluation.
That's it.
But you see,
evaluation. But that was
you have a PFC. You have a private with no mosquito rings or nothing.
Yeah.
I still ask them. I says, where do you see yourself here? What you got this is your contract. Where do you see and what do you want? And how can I help you? because
that was nice.
we're sitting here, we're asking all of this of you to do this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you want from us to make sure you get it?
And that's I wish there was a lot more like that. I did meet a few. What you just said, I did meet a few, and I had one Command Sergeant Major Santiago. He watched over everybody. He makes sure, especially the Latins. Hey, I
Right.
want to make sure you get. He was, I think, the only one in National Guard in Latin at that time in my unit he was a Command Sergeant Major, and he was the
Hmm.
top in the unit, and he was the only one. But he would always help any soldier that said, "I need your help." And I admire the soldiers with high rank that help other people. But
Right.
what ones that I had a problem with were the ones that came out of college ROTC that had something to prove, but didn't know what the heck they were doing. And it was
Right.
like,
Book smarts, but no common
yeah,
sense.
exactly. Oh my God. It reminds me of what's that? Heartbreak Ridge. Heartbreak
Right.
Ridge with Clint Eastwood. Ooh,
Yep.
I love that.
The supply or
I love.
I think you need to go back to your
I know, right? I love that movie because, oh my gosh, I love that movie. Anyway, y'all got to see if you
right.
haven't seen it.
Right. And like you said, we'll get through that. You get through this, and then we'll check in periodically with
Yeah,
Jay
yeah. Anyway,
and
before
that.
we leave, I just want to say, if you are a crafter and you are a small business, please look us up. We are the Creative Spirit Channel.com, and we're always here. You can watch us live there at the Creative Spirit Channel. We also have Creative Spirit Channel, so you can see how or to enroll to advertise with us or have your own show. And if you don't want to do neither, but you want just a little advertising link, well, guess what? With your logo, that's $19.99. Go ahead, give us a try. I'm telling you, we're reaching many people. We're growing every month. We're growing and seeing new people in new life.
Right.
So go ahead and please join our channel. And if you need to ask any questions, please ask. You can ask me, Jeannette Jordan, or you can ask Jen Dial. She's the CEO, so we don't like to involve her, but she is the main person that created this beautiful channel for all of the people so we can help because she has the heart of a soldier. You know that, right?
You got that right. And
Yeah.
that, and like I said, for any veterans that want to get on Battlefield Artisans, the email underneath there, you can get in contact with us and schedule us. Like I said, we're on every Wednesday at 3. And that, look at, she's on here and she's sitting through a hurricane. Go figure. I mean, we had it set up to where if she lost internet, she'll have her phone.
Right. I was
And
gonna get on
you
my
can sit there out. You can sit there out there on your patio, and it's like, hey, see, oh. It's like those people on, when you're watching these people,
the
as
storm
as
chasers.
a hurricane come or not the hurricane, but the tornado is like they're out there looking, and there's stuff flying in the air. It's like, oh, that's
As long as I don't see a cow flying by, I'm good.
like Twister, yeah.
Yeah.
And then so,
Yeah.
but
Hey.
there's our information and
Yes.
that, and our email there for Battlefield Artisans, or
Yes.
if you want to check out the channel there underneath Jay Jordan there, and that. So with that, I guess we'll sign off and hope you guys subscribe. Hope you
Yeah.
guys stay tuned for next week,
Yeah. Next
our
week we have
exciting
a special
show
guest.
and that.
Next week we have a guest.
Oh, next week we have guests. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to tell me
Uh,
what's any insights on a guest and what they do.
no.
What?
I know. Okay, I'll give you this insight. She's Air Force retired.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Air Force retired.
Yes, and she has her own
Okay.
business, and I can't wait. She's gonna be on here next week with us, And with everything going on, I wasn't able to email her, but I have her number and I'll call her. And
Sure.
and she already said she would appear on the show. So next week we are gonna have a guest.
All right, our first guest.
Yeah,
We got to get her a little plaque, like a little plaque. So, number one, right?
yeah,
You're number one in our book.
I know.
And then, like you said, when we get into that big episode, it's like on J and J, having fun with J and J. We'll bring back other people, our first guests, and see how they're doing. Right?
Yeah. But right now we're.
I mean, this is only our 4th episode, which is kind of good.
Oh wow, really? It's that we do so many things else that I just keep going.
Yep, it's just a blur, right?
Yeah, it is.
So.
But no.
All right, guys, thanks. And we'll say peace out until next week, Wednesday at 3.